What's up, everyone? Welcome to another episode of Power Platform TV. Today, we're going to talk about Copilot. And Copilot is basically a lot of things, right? There's so much stuff out there already about Copilot. A lot of, and it's used in many very different ways when you think about it. And one of the ways that Copilot is used is by developers. So whether it's pro dev developers or whether it's the low code citizen developers, there's ways that Copilot can help in building applications, right? And today we're going to talk about one of those ways that it can help. And that is this feature here, which is in the Power Apps Maker portal. And it is basically helping us with how to build apps. Okay, so when you go to the site here, it says, let's build an app. What should it do? And there's these kind of clues here, some kind of sample things here. And it says, use everyday words to describe what your app should collect, list, track, or manage, right? So you can basically type something in here, and it's going to try to build the app for you. So it's really very cool. And so let's go through and we'll try some of these out, and then we'll try some things here that are actually not even in here, and we'll see how it handles it, So I'm going to click on collect RSVPs, and then I'm just going to go ahead and click this go button here. And, the app's now kind of drawing upon all of its AI capabilities. It's scanned the internet to kind of find the best answer to this question here. And you could see here what it's created. It says it's created this table for the app, and the table is RSVPs. And it's already pre-populated some information here, right? So we have the fields that have been created, and we also have some data that's actually been created for the app, so that we can, make a better understanding of what it's trying to do. And so the fields here is our name. So it's got the first name here of the person, the email address. We have some example email addresses. It has phone number, and it has whether they're attending or not, right? So this is basically RSVPs for a party or a meeting or an event. And, the idea behind the app, as the Copilot has kind of figured out, is to really track like who's attending this party. And so this attending field is really very useful, and really one of the main events here, right? So it's basically put the fields into the correct format as well as it kind of understands it. So this is a yes/no field. And what's cool as well is in this interface here in the bottom right, we can actually type in describe what you want changed, right? So if we wanted to add a column for last name, we could try something like that, right? So if we do add a column last name, right? Let's see what this does. So it says working on it. It's doing some things, and you can see here it's created that column, and it's actually created some sample data here as well, right? It's so cool. So now we have first name and last name, or really we have name and last name. So I want to rename name to first name. Let's see what happens here. Great. So very easily it's done that. And we can see as well what these columns look like. If you go and click on view column here, it comes up with all the properties and whether it's required or not, the data type, all of that kind of stuff, the schema name here. So you can kind of go in and see what it's doing. You can edit the table properties as well. So this is RSVPs here. It actually doesn't look editable at this point, but it's but this is kind of what's going to be created if we're happy with this. And you can see here in the bottom left under suggestions, we have change something to something, add a new column for something, add a row for something. Like you could do, for example, let's try add a new sample row. And we have here, so it's doing things 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we should see a 6th row appear here. Let's wait for it. And there's our row, right? So it's just gone and created some random name here. So, this is a very simple example. And once you're happy with this, you go ahead and click create app down here in the bottom right. And it's going to go off and build this app for us. And this is, it's, whether you're doesn't really matter, I guess, your skill level. It's kind of nice to be able to have an app get created so quickly. And you can see here, we're in the Canvas Designer here. And this is the app that's basically been created out of just the words collect RSVPs, right? We really haven't done much to it. But it's a single table app, and we'll just let this load and then we can take a look at it. And I'm just gonna close this here. I've seen this before. So here is our app. So it's created in this very specific format. And I've noticed, like, when you do more of these, they're all in this very specific kind of format, which is totally fine because you can change this however you want. But it's all ready to go. Like if I were to click play here, I'm now in the app, and look here. So I can search here. If I start typing, it's already doing the filtering. So you have this search box wired up to the data. We have the data here. So if I click on any of these, it's going to display the record on the right. If I click on the edit button here, I can actually go ahead and make edits. So if I update this here, it's going to and then I can click here to commit those changes, and now those changes have been committed. I can also delete records if I want, right? I can just hit so the delete works, the functionalities here. It does the prompts as well, which is cool. And you can create new records as well, right? If I click on new here, it's putting it all, putting this here on the right, and I'm able to enter in the information and then fill out all of these fields. So I have a working app here, right? If I wanted to deploy this, I could totally deploy it anywhere and use it. And of course, anyone familiar with how these apps work, you can also emulate this on a different device, for example, right? If you want to pick any of these phones, for example, you can see exactly what it looks like, and basically go through testing that way. There's also tablets here, for example. Let's go ahead and select one of these. So this is what it's going to look like in this tablet. You can do custom height and width as well. Very, very cool. This is standard Canvas apps type functionality. But basically, as I was saying, this app was built right for us. Let's go back here, and what we'll do is we'll do another one. Just going to click don't save. We'll go back, and so like track sales leads, for example. So let's try another one to see what it looks like. And again, it's going to take us through the same process. And in this case, we have it's tracking sales leads. So it's decided there's going to be an ID column this time. There's going to be a company for these leads. There's going to be a status here. So it's decided of having a status. And every now and then I've noticed, you get these kind of fields that don't maybe make so much sense. Sometimes you don't even get the same fields. I think it can vary just slightly as well. So, you have the ability, obviously, to add and remove and do whatever you need to. So in this case, the type column makes no sense. So if I just said remove type column and let that run, let's see. Hopefully, it does actually remove it. And there it is. It's gone. No more type column, right? So that's useful. I'm going to go back and let me actually create this app here, and we'll see. It's it's going to look really, really similar again. And here we have the app and sales leads, and it's got all the data in here, and you can go and customize this, change this, do whatever you want. And I like how it's kind of a learning experience, right? Because you can see here when I'm clicking on this records gallery here, it has the function here to run, right? You need to this needs to be a real working function in order to be able to run. And so you can actually kind of learn from here how these apps are built in order to incorporate some of these features into your own apps. If any existing apps, or if you didn't want to start this way, you could start from scratch, but just use this as like a guide, right? And you can also have fun with this, right? So one of the things that worked for me last time was Blockbuster. Let's see if it works this time. So if I click on create here, and Blockbuster is the video rental company that isn't so so much around these days. But this, it's kind of it's found, it's kind of guess what I'm looking for here, right? Video rentals. And, I didn't type in video rentals. I typed in this company name. It's assumed that I want a video rental app. And it's gone ahead and listed some movies here and their genre as well, and their release date and their rating, right? So it's probably pulled the rating from somewhere, IMDb or something. Who knows where it gets its info from, but it's gone and created it like this, so that's kind of cool. Let's go ahead and try one more here. I'm going to discard this table here, and let's do airports. And, so it's getting the sample data right every time, pretty much. And it's creating the fields in the right schemas every time, pretty much. And you can see here with airports, right? So now we have a bunch of these airports and where they're located, the country, the city, and their code here as well, right? So again, I could just create this app by the click of one button, and then I can use the app in any kind of environment that I want. So kind of cool feature. One of those cool new features is part of the Copilot family, and maybe you'll get some use out of this. But I think they're going to probably add new features to it, as with all their products. Hope you guys enjoyed. So that's it, guys. If you like this video, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe to my YouTube channel, and of course check out my blog at carldesouza.com. Thank you.